Alright, hello. So this is the second of these videos that I've done. The first was probably almost a year ago now, actually. Um, Had a whole bunch of stuff happen between now and then. Yay! So this is art from an artist who I'm hoping will do lots and lots more stuff for me because holy crap, he's really good. This is from, this is his first test. Really dig the art style. We'll see if we can start replacing more and more assets with it. For now, we can have my lovely art, and I'm okay with that. The game is now in 16 by 9, so this has given us a lot more screen space, which is really nice. This has opened up some of the menus for things. Now you can have a nice big picture with this particular menu for when you have interactions and whatnot. Guess we'll just kind of play through it a little bit. So it still basically plays exactly the same. Let's try to get some good players here. So I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but you were very well rounded, Gretchen. The players here are given like an initial amount, so there's like a little bit of leeway, and it was all very complicated a long time ago, and I frankly don't really remember exactly how it works. Got some garbage players though. One thing I've kind of been updating here. Oh, I've got some debug stuff going to my GUI. Going to the log rather. Oh, I was going to show, well, okay, so you have to fill the positions. You can auto-sort, which is probably what most people will do. There may be some reasons to manually do that later, but we'll see. But you can totally swap people around. Let's put you here, for instance, and you there. So I really, that's a bug. That's been a bug for a while. So I really like that, I've increased the screen space available to us now because I can have the name of the players and all of their information here, which will make it so much easier. Before I only had like the names and you had to actually look at the roster down here, but there was problems where if I was going to have menus and have certain resizing, like I'm gonna try this, yeah, that did some weird stuff. I'm trying to get it so that the resizes work, and so because of that, certain things will get covered up sometimes, and so I've had to kind of take that into account. So now you've got this dedicated area to let you know what's going on. One thing that's nice, I'm very proud of myself, the buttons totally change. And if it's not, oh, you can't. Look at that. So good. Might notice another big change. Most of this information is pretty much the same. The screen used to end basically around here, but I have subtly expanded it out to include a calendar, which was something else Shersh, who is the artist, actually suggested, and I really like that as a suggestion. You can now kind of plan ahead. You can see where things are going to go, and I've also included stuff like games. So on the 8th we have a game at Safeton, on the 15th we've got a game at Radsburg, on the 25th we've got a game at Squalnomi. I've also started to implement holiday generation. Right now it's not procedural, it's just random, but it's a fixed seed randomness, so everyone will always get the same holidays at the same time, so there's some continuity here. But you got like Santo Rosco's Day or 22 de Abril. So you got like Spanish holidays, which, it's like Cinco de Mayo, and, so it's the number in the month. We got the Festival of Lacing on the 2nd of May. In time, if you happen to be in a town and you wander during one of these days, you will get special events. I'm not sure how exactly I'll plan it, but since the holidays, will be on the same days every year, but your schedule will change slightly because of that. Santa Roscoe's will not always be on a Wednesday, or a Thursday, depending on whatever. And you may not always be traveling, so you might actually be in town for Santa Roscoe's. Sometimes you can actually have a game and a holiday at the same time, and I'd probably have something a little special for that as well. Just, to I've got this calendar, I've got to use it for something. And so I think that would be a really fun way to give the calendar more utility, as well as, the importance of it just allowing you to plan. Like, I know I've got a week before my first game, so I can start checking out some of these other menus. Like, positions, yep, same. Equip, this is going to go through the most changes. Like, I'm basically going to lift something out of Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 6 or something, but for right now, it's at least functional, which is what I was looking for. Let's give our pitcher some better gear. So the pitcher's going to get a better ball. Instead of a Safeton ball, we're going to get a Safeton ball plus. I need to improve the way this gets handled for, displaying information and comparisons, and you need to have all this information kind of there in front of you to make the choice. Is a Safeton ball actually better than a Safeton ball plus? You would assume, but you don't know. So for right now, it's a little obtuse. So I've got, now I've got a Safeton ball, which is a little better. Over here, this has actually turned green to show that a stat is being improved by equipment. I'm actually going to cut that out because I'm going to instead have little icons that are like, a green triangle pointing up or a red triangle pointing down to, indicate like, oh, well, a Safeton ball would actually, decrease your throwing instead of increase. And so that information will be presented instead. Let's go to the center field. Catcher gets a new glove. And our designated hitter is going to get a whole bunch of crap. Cyberbat, huge bat. Bat. It's a bat made of bats. I don't think I actually have a description for that, do I? Oh, nope, it's made of bats. Hey. Yeah, so we'll give that. We'll give better cleats, make that a little faster. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, I want to give the pitcher a better hat because the hat improves your throwing ability. Because that's how hats work. I don't know if you've ever worn a hat and it made you better at throwing, but they do. I'm not gonna go too crazy on the rest of this stuff. No. Give you a better uniform and whatever. Give you a good bat. Anyway, yeah. So you can go through. It's a little clunky right now, but it is functional. So I've got that as a base for when I actually fold in a much better designed UI system. That's good. The store needs some redesigning. The idea is that you will be able to buy all of your normal supplies, which are over here, but then later you'll also you'll be able to buy new bats and new cleats and all that fun stuff. So Safeton would have a supply of their own, like baseball and baseball plus and all of that, and then basically each city would get a pool, and you would be able to you'd pull from that every day. You kind of randomize it to change what's in there. For now, let's go through here. I haven't done too much for the inventory. Still can't use any of this stuff or anything. Although I did change, I think I had axles here before. They are now medkits. Medkits will definitely be useful. I'll change the price on that later. Medkits will, if you have a player that's injured before they get forced into retirement, you can heal them. I won't have medkits be able to heal people entirely. Like if they're injured, you can't get them to fully healthy with a medkit. They need to heal. So there needs to be some time. A player who is injured, well, it'll take some time for them to become healed. If a player is gravely injured, if they're seriously injured, you can use a med kit to get them to just normal injured. If they're seriously injured, they will still naturally heal over time, so eventually they'll go to just injured and then they'll go to healed. But if you're gravely injured, the next time you get hurt again, such as in combat or just a really unlucky event while you're traveling, then you would be forced into retirement and you will lose that player. If you don't have enough players to play a game, the other team will basically lend you, one of their crappy people, so that you have a replacement for just the game. Swag actually does get used for stuff. I forgot, but it's random encounters. Gasoline, I'm thinking of keeping. Probably spend like 1 unit of gas a day. And this is all of my money. That's fine. Yeah, so inventory automatically updates. It even had, probably you might have caught it, it has the numbers count down and count up, and it looks great. So, another thing we can do, well, no, we won't be able to do it because we don't have money. Actually, we might be able to. I don't remember if I put in a check. So, maybe we can. So, we'll get our picture to be better. Oh, no, I did put in a check. Alright. Oh! Uh-oh! Huh. I'll have to figure that out. I did change how some of my input stuff worked. That might be a holdover. Alright, so we equip, store, training, wander, stats. Currently all it does is it says, I click stats down here. That'll include, player, much more player stats, like all the fancy stuff you'd expect from baseball, like, overall how they perform and yada yada. I'll just cram absolutely everything into the stats. Anything that could possibly be useful. Another thing, down on this map, I think I am going to have postcards. So right now, these are just, just the names. But if we go to Safeton, bam! It says, welcome to Safeton. Can't see the second safe very well. But I like how this looks, and so I think I'll make more of them, and I'll make proper postcards that kind of look good. This is good enough for a mock-up. I kind of like how that looks. I may get rid of the 6 days remain up here. Maybe I'll put it down in the calendar. It's kind of cool in the corner, I guess, but it doesn't scale right, and it's sort of redundant now that we have it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, players can figure that out. Oh, up here, these will be settings eventually. Like there'll be like a cog, and then you can change stuff. I think that'll be good. That'll be good. So now we're gonna wander. This image is just the default. I haven't put human faces, the NPC talking heads back into it yet. Oh, and this green outline, this can be changed to anything. So at some point, I'll probably just fill it in to be black, but it could be, you could have wires, you can do whatever, you can shove whatever you want into there, and it will automatically, size things properly so that it all looks decent. I don't believe I have all of my wander events activated currently. As I was converting the UI system, I spent a whole lot of time. Oh, today is Saint Orozco's day. Remember to celebrate Saint Orozco. I think he's the best batter, best RBI, I think. No, best hit batting average. All of the saints are named after people that actually did baseball stuff. Because of course, in this world, that of course they would. I don't really draw too much attention to that, but I thought it was a nice touch. Gonna keep wandering. Yay. Nope, don't want a train. I can't afford that. And I'll never be able to afford that because there's no way to get money. Ooh, awesome, got lucky. So with your swag, if you're in a town, you can sell your swag and get some money back. So there is a way to get money back. I totally forgot. As a result, hey, you got a deal. That event can occur in other towns with people who may, like your team, and the amount they want and the amount they're willing to pay are both kind of related to your popularity in the town. Certain towns will just kind of dislike you from the onset. Others will like you more. The idea will be that if a beggar comes up to you and asks for money, you can give them money, and then your reputation in the town just can go up. If you don't have any money, you look like a jerk, and there's not a whole lot of upsides or downsides right now to that, but prices are slightly manipulated. There's always kind of like a base. Like certain towns, like the Woost, they have tons of uniforms, and so their uniform prices are low because Worcester, and this is New England, and we were a textile area, so I thought that was kind of a cute connection. I'll probably have 127, which is the home IP address for the robots. So cute. They'll probably have like, you know, spare wheels or swag or something like that that's cheap and etc. Gonna keep wandering. People saying flavor text and first pitch imminent. So we've got the Safety home runners versus the Safety home runners. Still, they're just going to be the reject team, I think, or I'll probably have another team. Anytime we play in Safety, another team will come visit us, since we're doing all the traveling otherwise, which is just completely a game conceit. In the reality of Wasteland Baseball, were it real, I guess the traveling would be both sides. So half of your games would be home, half of your games would be away, but I just didn't want to constantly be going back and forth. That's not as interesting as going from city to city. So play ball, and of course I still haven't fully gotten that going, but that's okay. This is actually over here, this dark spot. That's actually part of the baseball field, because that's technically just right over there, and that's some shading thing, I think. I need to figure out what the heck that is. So now we got 6 days to get there, and wow, these look big now. Yeah, the scale's all wrong, but that's okay. So this is the only other menu to show. We got all this. Yeah. So you can set your speed. Also, I don't know if this will work. Clicking through. Ooh, I think no. Fast. Stop. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of messed up. I'll have to fix that. But we can go from, you know, position to equip and then get rid of it. And oh, that breaks it. Oh, I'll have to remember that. Oh, hopefully the time is not actually going on in the background. Okay, I'll have to fix that. But yeah, so, you know, we travel on the bus, and oh, hey, we made it to Radsburg, actually. I forgot we were going to Radsburg. This has had us go to Chopton. Yeah, so this is the basic loop. It's kind of working. Let's give the beggar a lot of peanuts. Yay, they like us more. And someone stole 110 peanuts from us. They pocketed us. You leave! Play ball. Oh yeah, the new Radsburg snake bites. That is completely, that's kind of theme appropriate, I guess, with you know, venom and radiation, but this would be much better for like Las Vegas, which surprisingly I didn't include. I have no idea why. You'd think I would have. But yeah, oh, we gotta get to Squalnomi quickly. So let's tear through the wasteland. Look at it go! Go bus! We'll probably we might hit an encounter, maybe. The encounter rates and stuff aren't balanced at all. In fact, traveling will take slightly longer than this to get from place to place. Oh, we did not make it in time, and that will break everything. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, these travel times are not set up right at all. I don't have time for you, traveler. Yeah, so... Oh, and we can see my month's break. I actually haven't played this far into it. All right, come on. All right, where are we going? Why did I do that? Okay. Well, oh, we got the Festival of Lacing this month. We've got Diaz de Mayo, Saint Murakami's Day, and Bat Appreciation Day. Ooh, this is a good spread here. So, Wanji Mani. Yeah, so maybe we can... Let's I want to see if I can get at least one of these. I really do need to... Yeah, the days need to take slightly long. The days will probably take 2 to 3 times as long when traveling, and the bus will move probably about 2 times slower. I am not in New Radsburg. No, I don't know what is going on here. This is all kinds of wrong. Yep, this is totally broken. Okay, so anyway, yep, minus 3 days. Yeah, things have gone horribly wrong. Anyway, that's the current status. It's sort of back to where it was in one of my last, in the last video. But the nice thing is that I've upgraded a whole bunch of stuff. I've cleaned up a whole bunch of things behind the scenes. I'm always doing that because all of my code is always terrible. A few systems are a little better in place, and the resolution change was not super easy. So I'm really glad I did it, because this has made a lot of things easier. It makes a lot of changes easier, but it definitely did take some time. So I guess I'll call it here. I showed off, I think, everything that's been going on anyway. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!